Well, this is officially the last walk in the garage to the Mclaren, to drive the Mclaren. This is our last hour with the Mclaren. You guys are gonna find out why we're getting rid of the Mclaren here shortly and what's to come. But I just wanted to document this. I think this is a very cool time in my life, and it's a very big time in my life. It's a lot of transitions that's about to go down. So again, bro, I'm gonna miss this. That's one thing I'm gonna fucking miss, is when the fucking car alarm goes off. Okay, it's gonna be the last official cold start in the Mclaren. So humid in Miami that my camera is like, my lens is fogging up. We're gonna take the Mclaren on one last rip, one last little cruise, and then the tow truck's gonna come here in about an hour to come pick up the Mclaren. So stay tuned. It's a big day. It's a little bit of a sad day, but it's an exciting day. I'm gonna go into more detail about the changes that are coming and the new journey of Czech, a new chapter of Czech. So stay tuned. We're gonna go rip this thing. I'll try to record ripping it a little bit, but I'm gonna go enjoy the car for the last like hour that I have and talk about it, post up somewhere and talk to you guys. And then yeah, the Mclaren will be picked up and that will be the end of the 600 LT. That's pretty crazy, man. That's pretty crazy. So stay tuned. Let's drive on the Mcleezy, boys. Driving like a menace. Honestly, pretty sure this is illegal. Hey, but fuck it, man. Who's gonna stop us? Damn, man, I'm gonna miss this car. This is like a very like emotional moment, especially for any guy that likes cars and then has fucking bought his fucking dream car, supercar. He's gonna sell it. Now that's not to say I'm just selling it and I'm not gonna get anything else. Obviously, we're gonna get something else. But it's a matter of when we're gonna get something else. So it's an interesting, pivotal moment for sure. This is a pretty wholesome moment. Getting rid of the Mclaren. She looks so sexy, man. Look at that thing. Look at that fucking beast, bro. What a car, dude. Like, actually, this is I think this hurts so much because this is the craziest car I've owned to now, you know? Like, bro, like, look at this fucking car, dude. What a beautiful car. I'm gonna take some cinematic shots for you guys, and then I gotta head back in a little bit to drop it off so it can be picked up by the tow truck. Yeah, guys, let's enjoy her while she's here. So sexy. This is a nice guy. He let me go through. What a beautiful car, bro. Fuck, dog. Man, I'm gonna miss this car so much. You know, as much as I talk about this Miami lifestyle and like how much the supercar helps and the penthouse and all that stuff, like it does make an impact, right? As much as I talk about that, I want it to be super clear that it's also important not to attach yourself to these things, like your value or like maybe the way you carry yourself. It's very important to not let those things kind of like get in your head and determine what you think is like considered success or considered viewed as something that's like valuable. Because in the end of it, like this stuff, like it comes and goes. You know, in a month or two I could come back with a different car and like, cool, I'm hooked to that car. But it's super important to not be attached to these things. And it's like with life, you're supposed to be detached from all outcomes. Like if you want to, you know, live a good life and not ever really be too much in your head, like you just have to be detached from everything. So part of me getting rid of the Mclaren is for me to detach, man. This car has played a huge role in my success, to be fair. And it's also made a very big impact in the people that I've been able to meet and the friendships that I've been able to make. But I'm pretty attached to it, and I don't really like that. So I'm getting rid of it, just number one, as a way of practicing the ability to detach from especially materialistic things. Again, I'm not like going against anything I've said where like, oh, like don't get a supercar, or oh, it's stupid, but I'm just saying, like, in a sense of like just being young and like not letting these things kind of like deter my mindset or the way that I view things or the way that I view value. Because like, to be fair, this car has obviously, you know, boosted my ego a little bit, and transparently, like, I could say that I rely on this car a lot in a sense of like what I consider my success with like Instagram and stuff like that. Like I definitely use this car a lot just for the purpose of like growing my brand. And I think it's important to also be able to do that and have the ability to do that without these kind of things, because it proves a point and it just shows, you know, capabilities of, you know, what you can do whenever I'm not relying on something like this. So the content shift is gonna be sick, and it's gonna be a lot more valuable. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna enjoy the car for a little bit. Just kind of wanted to chop it up with you guys, kind of like where my mind's at. I don't know how to put it into words, but I just think it's super important. The best way to put it is to like not be attached too much to things like this. It all comes and goes. What's more important is just being attached to the experiences that these things bring. And also just understanding that like these things aren't necessary. With that being said, I'm gonna enjoy the car for a little bit. I'm gonna take some more videos, photos. My phone started overheating, and then I gotta head back, and then we're gonna drop it off on the flatbed. So yeah, I'll see you guys when we're back at the crib and the tow truck's picking it up. Well, the McLaren is officially on the truck. It's off to its new owner, and soon I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna get next. Until then, we're gonna watch this this beauty roll away. Man, am I gonna miss this fucking jet, bro. This thing's literally a fucking rocket, bro. I'm gonna miss the fuck out of this car. But we'll be back and better soon. Well, check here, checking in from Miami for the last time for a couple months. We're gonna take a little Miami break. We're gonna take a little Miami detour. We're gonna go travel for a little bit. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Czech, also known as Tyler, and I'm 23 years old, and I've been living in Miami for the last 5 years now. And I've been fortunate enough to live such a crazy, that's awkward. I've been fortunate enough to live such a crazy life in Miami. But as of today, I decided not to renew my penthouse lease. I decided, let's get rid of the Mclaren. Let's not be tied down to anything. And let's take a little break from Miami. Because I want to show you guys, with this new challenge that I'm going to be working on, how you can literally start and scale your agency from anywhere in the world. So I'm excited to show you guys over the next 2.5, 3 months how we're able to scale, manage her without being in Miami, without having to be in the US. So I'm super excited. I'm having to keep it quiet because people are sleeping, but this is the last time I officially can say that I live in Miami in this beautiful crib. But I'll be coming back, and I'll be getting a really sick place when I come back. That's something to look forward to. But we're just gonna take a break. I wanna show you guys how you can be anywhere in the world and still launch and scale your agency and see results without being in the US. So, with that being said, what I can tell you is our next destination awaits us. We're about to grab the bags, go hop on a plane, and you guys are gonna see where I'm gonna pick you guys up at. But in the meantime, let's enjoy this view. Let's be grateful for Miami, grateful for what Miami has done for us, and grateful for how we're gonna be coming back to Miami. So, with that being said, I will see you guys in our next first location where we're gonna check in from. If you're watching the video, I want you to try and guess the next place that I'm gonna go to when I pick up the camera. I'll see you guys on the other side. We just landed in our first destination. I want you guys to try and guess where we're at before I show you guys. I'm gonna go get some food, probably go work out, and then pick up the camera, get some work done back at the Airbnb, and show you guys where I'm at, talk to you guys about the move, talk to you guys about what I have in store, and also just a little bit deeper, like why I actually am making this move and why I'm taking like a couple months break from Miami. So we'll sit down and talk about that, but for now, stay tuned. I want you to try and guess where we're at, in the meantime, I'll pick up the camera whenever we stop, maybe when we sit down to eat, or if I can bring it in the gym, I'll pick it up in the gym. But for now, I want you to try and guess. Try and guess. We have officially made it to our destination, and I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes to figure it out. I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds. Drop your comment. In 3, 2, I'm gonna tell you guys where I'm at. 1, it shouldn't be a shocker, honestly. It really shouldn't. We're back in Medellin. Back and better. We're here for 12 days. It's gonna be a speed run these next 12 days. Rebuilding manager, not just like taking on like 1 or 2 clients and like scaling them, but like taking on like 5 to 10 new clients, building out the infrastructure, starting a new challenge. I don't want to talk about the challenge in this video, but let's just say the 0 to 10K challenge was nothing, and I want to do a bigger challenge, and that's what we're gonna do. But I'm in Medellin. I'm here for the next 12 days. I'm gonna give you guys a tour of the place once I get back from the gym. I can't record in the gym, but I'm just gonna go try and get a couple videos, hit a workout. I just landed literally a couple hours ago. Had lunch, gonna go hit a workout, come back up, start laying out the routine, the schedule for the next 12 days before my next side quest. Dude, this is gonna be nuts, bro. This is gonna be nuts. So look, stay tuned. We're back in Medellin. We're locked in, and it's gonna be sick. So once I'm back from the gym, I'll show you guys the spot that we're renting for the next week and a half. All right, so today is officially the first full day in Medellin. Yesterday was like, I didn't get to Airbnb till like 3, 4. And I wanted to do a tour for you guys. I wanted to do all this stuff, and I have to move content over so I can make space on my SD card, whatever. I bought this SD card reader, not realizing when I bought it that it's the old iPhone one. And that unfortunately doesn't fit my MacBook. So today, after the gym, I went and got one that works for the MacBook. So YouTube videos were good. I'm gonna be able to get them out now that I have this. I was honestly freaking out. I still need to show you guys the spot. I need to knock out this kickoff call, and then after I knock out this kickoff call, I'll pick the camera up, show you guys the spot, and run you guys through the vision for the next couple months on this break from Miami, and then also why I took a break and what's to come and the challenge that I'm gonna be doing next. 0 to 10K challenge was easy. We're gonna do a bigger challenge, so stay tuned. The kickoff call was good. Our boy Brody's onboarded. He's about to crush it, man. I'm gonna show you guys the spot real quick though. Let's do a little tour. So, this is the front door. Really fucking cool door. There's a bathroom in here. This is probably the smallest place I've gotten since I've been in Medellin, like the last couple times. Kitchen. Got the living room. Something slight, nothing crazy, very minimalistic, very minimal. And then the bedroom, obviously, very chill vibes. All you need, bed, TV. And then, got the bathroom. Bathroom's chilling, nothing crazy. Shower back there, got the Kill Tech posted up. And then, the coolest part, the balcony. I'm gonna go this way. Show you guys what's going on over here. And we're on the balcony. Got a nice little chill chair. Got a jacuzzi, and then got this table here. And then this is the view of the spot in Medellin. This is the city of Medellin, boys. Yep, we're here, we're in it. Pretty calm, like I said, nothing crazy. Probably the most minimal, smallest place I've gotten since I've been here. But I'm gonna be coming back here in probably like a month. I'm not gonna tell you where we're going next, but in like, bro, literally like a week and a half, I'm traveling somewhere else. But let me sit down. I wanna talk to you guys about why I left Miami and where my mind's at and what I have in store for you guys. And if I'm gonna be returning to Miami. So let's just jump into it. All right, so you guys need to understand something. So I had moved to Miami in 2020, dead broke. All I had was my Ford Ranger, my clothes, no furniture, nothing, and like maybe a couple grand. And I lived there for 7 months, had a 7-month lease there, and then I ended up moving to Orlando for a little bit because I wasn't making any money. And then I moved to LA to start getting into OFM and was managing this girl. And then once I broke up with her, like that's when I started making money. Like those like 6 to 8 months of me working with her was like the most money I'd ever seen. So then I went back to Miami, had a really cool unit, floor to ceiling windows, beautiful view, and I was making like 10 to 15K a month, and I went and bought like a C6 Corvette, like my dream car at the time, and I was living life. Everything was good. I had my lease there for a year, and then I went back to Orlando for like 8 months, wanted to save money and just keep ripping and make more money. And then after 8 months in Orlando, I went back to Miami, and I lived in another high-rise for about a year, and that high-rise was sick. While I lived in that high-rise, I went through a shit ton of cars. I first bought a C63 in Orlando, and then I went back to Miami. From the C63, I went and got an Audi R8. I had a C7 Z06 with like 3K miles on it, and then I bought an old restored Bronco. And I had those 3 cars, the high-rise, for the year. And then I was like, all right, like I'm traveling, I need to chill out with the cars. I'm not driving all of them. So I sold some of the cars, I kept the R8, and then I went into my new lease, the most recent high-rise that I was in, and the rent there was fucking insane. The amount of money I was paying for that place was insane. But then I went and I got rid of all the cars, and then that's when I got the Mclaren. And I'm just giving you guys all this context just so you guys can like understand, like I've honestly been living this like Miami like lifestyle for quite some time, and I love it. I fucking love it. I live for that shit. I love the supercars. I love the high rises. I love the watches. But it's been on my mind heavy lately. It's like, dude, like you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and like you're just like keeping yourself in this bubble. And don't get me wrong, it's a good bubble. Like it can be good, and you can meet really good people. And sometimes it's just necessary to be there for business. But I'm like, dude, like I can still make the same amount of money that I'm making here from anywhere in the world. So I thought, like, why not, instead of keeping myself concealed and confined in this bubble, why don't I go see the world a little bit? Why don't I go see things from a different perspective? And that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to sell the Mclaren. I'm going to end the lease for the high rise, drop everything, put it in storage, and just go travel for, 3 to 4 months. And that's where I'm at. And, it's been like, honestly, probably a lot easier than I expected it to be, like dropping everything. I honestly feel very refreshed. I feel like I have a lot of clarity, and I just like, even just being in Medellin for like the last 24, 48 hours, like I don't have anybody around me. Nobody like constantly hitting me up, bugging me, other than like people that like my employees and people that I have like that bought into the partnership for Agency Accelerator, just all our agency owners that we're helping scale, and also the creators that I work with. And I just want to also show you guys that like, you don't like, everybody's like, oh, you got to go to Miami, the Miami effect, you're going to make so much more money. And yeah, it's going to be great, which is true. It's true. I don't say that that's entirely wrong. I don't say that's like not true. But what I can say is, dude, you can do that from anywhere in the world. And I'm going to prove it to you guys. I'm going to show it to you guys. That's why I'm doing this. So I'm taking like a 3 to 4 month break from Miami to show you guys that you can still run a very successful business, making a shit ton of money from anywhere in the world, especially with this business model. So I have quite the side quest set up. First stop's Medellin. And then I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm going to go. I'm going to tell you the continent, like the region. I'm going to Asia. No, I'm not going to Thailand first. Possibly I'll be going to Thailand while I'm out that way. But I'm going on, dude, I don't even know if I want to tell you guys. I just kind of want to just wait. But let's just say I'm doing like a fucking like 5-day retreat through this country that like one of the greatest emperors like is from. And like there's probably not going to be any phones, probably not going to be any service, and it's just going to be me, a couple entrepreneurs, and we're just going to be trekking through this country for like 5 days. So that's what's coming up after Medellin. And then after that trip, I have to go somewhere else in Asia. And then after that, I'm going somewhere else. And then I'll end up back in Medellin for like 2 months straight, and then back to Miami. And I just want to give you guys some like insight on like my thought process behind all this, why I'm doing all this, and what's to come out of all this. So for those of you that have been wondering why I left Miami, that's your answer. And I'm excited to document everything. And I'm excited to bring this new challenge to life that I'm going to start. The 0 to 10K challenge was cool. It was something slight. And the recap on that, is very simple. Kind of felt bad because I just disappeared with like the move and everything. Like it just really threw me off for the last 2 weeks. But we're back in it. The new challenge is going to be insane. And I'm excited. So look, man, like I don't want to bore you guys. This is pretty much like what my day is going to be in Medellin. just handling calls, going to a coffee shop and working, going to the gym, and just dialing in, getting in a good routine, getting in a good flow state, and just pumping out as much content as possible. So if you're here for the content, if you're excited for the content, man, go drop a like, go drop a comment, give me some feedback. I would love to hear what you guys think. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And honestly, I don't really have much else to say for this video. That's pretty much it. That's why I left Miami. And I'm excited for you guys to not only understand something, I'm gonna return to Miami. I'm gonna return to Miami and I'm going to drag my nuts through Miami. Not even gonna tell you guys, but just know I'll be back in Miami in 3 to 4 months. I'm just gonna randomly show back up. Hey guys, crazy car, crazy high rise. We'll see. For now, we're on a journey, and this journey is more of a mental journey. Outside of just all the lifestyle stuff and outside of all the materialistic stuff. So that's where I'm at. Needed a little break. I'm not going broke. If you saw my reel, I was just trolling, but I put like I'm too broke for Miami. And I just want to show you guys, man, like I just want to give you guys context. So like this is one of my business bank accounts. I'm just going to show you guys how much I've spent this year. This is how much I've spent this year to date. Check it out. Year to date. What's that say? $336,556. I've spent almost $70K a month in the last 5 months, and that was in Miami. I'm not going broke by any means. I just wanted a break. That's it. Just wanted a break. Wanted to switch it up. Nobody's came to Miami, lived a crazy lifestyle, and then really left. And that's what I want to do, just to show you guys that, like, yeah, the Miami stuff's cool. I talk about it all the time. But there's more to life than that. And what's the point of making all this money if you're not going to go also see, like, the entire world, and you're just going to confine yourself to one city? So I'm not telling you that, guys, to not move to Miami. I'm not telling you guys that it's a bad idea at all. I'm just telling you guys that eventually, after you move to Miami, you'll get used to it. It'll be just another day in life, and you won't really be impressed by much. So I'm excited for this adventure. I'm excited for you guys to stay tuned. Make sure you stay checked in. If you're new here, like I said, subscribe. Make sure you check in, check here, checking out. I'll see you guys in the first video of our challenge, of the next agency challenge, the next 0 to 100K. So stay tuned. And yeah, I appreciate you guys and all the support. And it's going to be fucking sick. It's going to be sick. I'll see you guys in the next video.